Okay.
Hello, and welcome to the ESF-FSG 2426 Awardees webinar. My name is Scott Taylor. I am the Director of School Improvement Strategy Support, and I will pass over to Ashley.
Hello, my name is Ashley Hunt, and I'm the School Improvement Strategy and Support Specialist.
Hi there, I am Perla Kwiatkowski, Manager of Instructional Leadership Design.
The objective of today's session is at the end of the session, we want to make sure that you have an understanding of the Effective Schools Framework Focus Support Grant 2426 and are clear on next steps to complete to receive your NOGA. The agenda will be as follows. We will start with grant purpose and preview. We will then jump into grant timeline and breakdown, followed by VIP selection by Perla, and then the eGrants navigation by Ashley. Okay, so let's start off with SI grants in general and the ESF Focus Support Grant 2426 purpose. The purpose of the SI grants are to support LEAs in building capacity in curriculum and instruction systems. What that looks like for the ESF-FSG 2426 is engaging with VIPs. Through our engagement with VIPs, we'll be able to build capacity to strengthen our CNI systems on campus. From start to finish, this grant is essentially a startup fund. You receive money for 2 years. You are able to build capacity and build systems to then hopefully be able to continue and maintain those systems after the life of this grant. So from left to right, you're seeing grant money is given as a startup fund. We want that money to go out as soon as possible. So ensure that you are following through with your grant negotiations to ensure that your NOGA gets out on time. Next, you're going to engage with an ESC or another external vendor to build capacity on campus and create systems to increase student outcomes. At the end of this grant, we're hoping that capacity has been built in the leaders on that campus and performance management systems will continue to be in place after the life of this grant to continue to see those student outcomes. The goal of the ESF-FSG 2426 is the same goal that we have for all of our grants in SI. We want to sustainably improve student outcomes. How are we going to do this? We're going to provide the startup fund to create and sustain successful CNI systems that will lead to improved student outcomes. When we talk about getting this money, we keep reiterating that is a startup fund. This money does not continue after the life of 2 years. We want to make sure that we're spending those 2 years creating and sustaining successful systems to ensure that we are improving student outcomes, not just in those 2 years, but that improvement continues after the life of the grant. And how that shows up in allowable costs is that allowable costs are related to training and coaching to set up those systems. Salaries and consumables are not the best use of startup funds because once they're gone, they're gone. That money would be going not towards setting up systems, but setting up a quick fix. That's not what these grants are about. These grants are about setting up systems to continue the work after this grant. So now we're going to get into the grant award breakdown. We have 2 slides here. The first slide is going to be about how to get to your NOGA. The second grant is going to be what to do after your NOGA and what grant monitoring will look like. So what I want to focus here on this slide is the orange arrow underneath. This is everything that's going to happen between today and July 3rd. We want to make sure that you are meeting with VIPs. So this is the VIP selection process. You're having pricing conversations and you're ensuring that that VIP has the capacity to engage with you over the course of not just 1 year, but both years of the life of this grant. There's going to be an assurance added to eGrants that is in place to ensure that you've had that conversation prior to submitting your eGrants budget. Grant negotiations will begin after July 1st, and the first NOGAs will be out at the end of July. You can see here that it says that it will be on a rolling basis. So As soon as you can get all of those budgets and those conversations with your VIPs complete, that will kind of put you to the front of the queue for when these negotiations begin. And then NOGAs will begin in late July. So from the NOGA on the left side of this, this timeline is over the course of 2 years. So starting after you've gotten your NOGA, we're hoping that VIP services begin August and September. We want to make sure that you're building capacity as soon as possible so that you're getting the most bang for your buck over the course of 2 years. Starting in the spring of 25, we're going to be confirming the amounts drawn down from the expenditures that we see in teal. What this means is that the expectation is that you are drawing down funds every month. By June 1st, we're wanting to see 60% of that grant having been spent. That way you are in line to spend all of your money by September 30th of 2026. In orange, you're going to see the TEA follow-ups. There's going to be a follow-up in spring of 25, and there's going to be a follow-up in spring of 26 to ensure that you are meeting these percentages to make sure that you are spending all of the money in an allowable way, and that you are ensuring that all of the money is spent by the end of the life of the grant. Okay, I am going to pass over to Perla for VIP selection and overview.
Thank you, Scott. Like he mentioned, once you're awarded the 24-26 ESF Focus Support Grant, it is time to select and partner with a VIP. They're also known as vetted improvement programs. And as you begin this process, there are a few TA resources that can help you find the vendor that is right for you. So in the next few slides, I'm going to overview the VIP selection process and the characteristics of a VIP and where to find VIP information such as ESF-EA alignment, program descriptions, and who to contact to begin those partnership discussions. So let's look at this quick timeline of what that process Scott mentioned would be like. Again, this will be completed by July 3rd. So the first step towards partnering with the right VIP is completing that ESF diagnostic to determine the highest leverage actions your school can take to improve. The next step will be to use those target areas that have been identified through the diagnostic process to set improvement goals. Once those goals are set, it is time to begin researching VIPs to partner with. Again, the diagnostic is the first step, followed by identifying those target areas and setting those plan goals. Once you have those, you can come to the table, start searching for VIPs to partner with. Each VIP is different. They're all highly qualified, but very unique in their approach and the characteristics and talents that they can bring to the table. So you want to make sure that you familiarize yourself with each vendor's strengths and their approach. We recommend that you choose 2 to 3 VIPs to contact to begin selection and pricing conversations. And when engaging in VIP selection conversations, we encourage you to ask detailed questions, explore how VIPs can help you set and refine your improvement plans, and clearly explain your needs and priorities. Clarity will be key. You want to choose and designate that VIP on e-grants to begin the grant negotiation process. So steps 3 to 5, again, must be completed by July 1st or 3rd, actually, to meet school improvement timelines. Let's move on to delving a little deeper into what to expect from a VIP. So we know VIPs are identified through a rigorous selection process. Vendors applying to be considered a VIP have submitted artifacts and data showcasing their alignment to the ESF essential actions. They show a commitment to provide a job-embedded professional development and have demonstrated a track record of improving student outcomes over multiple years. So simply put, partnering with a VIP makes school improvement less challenging, and we at the TA have done some legwork in vetting these vendors to make sure that they are able to meet your needs. I do want to go a little deeper into the job-embedded professional development that they provide, which is an attribute or a characteristic that distinguishes VIPs from most capacity builders. You can count on VIPs to train leaders, teachers, and staff, provide implementation support aligned to new learning, and have cycles of ongoing coaching. This 3-pronged comprehensive approach not only supports schools in implementing a plan that drives their improvement efforts, but it also enables that long-term sustainable change that we are seeking. Because of this, it is recommended that training and supports are provided by VIPs to principal supervisors, principals, and their staff. So be sure to ask VIPs about the job-embedded professional development that they provide. So what to do when researching VIPs? A resource that's available to you through the ESF website is access to VIP information. You can research VIPs by EA alignment through a top bar on that ESF website under the vetted programs site. And you can find the program description, alignment information, a link to each program's website, and contact information so you can set up those negotiations with them. If you prefer a resource that's printable and accessible, you can also download a VIP guide as part of the ESF website. It's also found at the top bar that is updated alongside the actual website itself. So feel free to download it, print it, use it, share it as you research the VIP that is best for you as a team once you receive that ESF Focus Support Grant. So I hope this overview of the VIP selection process and resources available to you through our ESF site helps you take the next step in selecting the VIP that best meets your improvement needs. Now, Ashley will provide you with an overview of the e-grant system.
Thank you, Perla. So if we go ahead and navigate to the next slide, we're going to talk about e-grants. We're going to look at e-grants expenditure reporting. You will find a link to the ER Quick Start Guide, which has an abundance of information with screenshots to walk you through inputting expenditures so that you can receive payment. Once you access the Quick Start Guide, scroll to page 4, and you will see the ER system roles, which is where you should begin reading. Also, you have been provided with a link to TEAL because each person who is responsible for accessing grant funds must have a TEAL account. There are instructions for accessing TEAL and requesting access to the expenditure reporting application with your team to discuss who will be responsible for administering the grant and making purchase decisions. Please be mindful of each one system user roles and their level of access. Next, we will look at how the system is utilized. So with eGrants navigation, you're going to log on to TEAL. And once you enter into the TEAL website, you are going to select My Applications account. You are then going to request access to the expenditure reporting application to request permission for one of those designated user roles. Next, once you're into the eGrants expenditure reporting system, in your list of applications, you're going to look for the expenditure reporting heading and select your role or link under the heading to access the system. Again, please be mindful when you are assigning roles to individuals and what actions they will be permitted to perform in TEAL. Once you're ready to enter expenditures, you will navigate to the ER system and follow the directions located in the Quick Reference Guide linked on slide 19. Now, Scott will review next steps.
Thank you, Ashley. The next steps are essentially what's going to occur between June 3rd and July 3rd. And this encompasses everything that Perla was just discussing of investigating which VIP is going to be the most aligned to the strategies that you're choosing, aligned to your ESF diagnostic. And then taking Ashley's learning from eGrants and going ahead and inputting, making sure you have access to TEAL, and then inputting your budget aligned to that VIP. Thank you all so much for this time. I hope you enjoyed the webinar. If you have any questions, please feel free to email sidivision@tea.texas.gov.